Andy, I was just about to inquire about an abandoned vehicle title.
Ah,
And here you are.
here I am.
It's not as abandoned as I thought it was.
Nope, we're here today doing a little upgrade to the brake system in the rear end. Hopefully get the rear buttoned up, put the gas tank in, and be ready for the motor to show up at the end of September.
The end of September, the end of this month.
That's right.
So October-ish, we should have this thing running and driving.
That's right.
But wait, there's more.
There's one.
The last time we saw you was at the Oldsmobile show
Yes.
with your 66.
Yes.
So what happened with that? How'd you make out?
The Oldsmobile did really well. It only lost 2 points for just missing some dum-dum on the firewall. So it scored 998 points out of 1,000, so it did very well. So we're real proud of it.
Nice. It seems to me, we were talking about this, it seems to be like kind of like subjective when you're talking about like dum-dum on the firewall, because it just depends on the person in the assembly line that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't compensate for that with the judging, right? They're just brutal. They're just...
Well, I think when it gets to that point, they're really looking for some nitpicky things to to differentiate the top cars. So
Right. 998 out of 1,000 is pretty impressive.
very happy with it.
Congratulations.
Now we can just add a little bit of firewall sealer, and we'll get 1,000 points.
So out of 1,000, what's this going to get?
This is at least 100.
Get 100,
At
right?
least 100, and that's why this car, we want this car to be very different than the other car.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a driver. This is so you can get in, you can beat on, you can have fun with. And because the other one you can't sneeze near. It has to be sealed, hermetically sealed in a dust-free environment.
That's right. That's right. In his bubble, the bubble
Right.
car.
Yeah.
So we'll keep that. It'll be shown next in November at the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals.
I'm going to try to make it up to that.
Yeah, there'll be 10 66 W30s there.
Neat stuff. All right, so what do we got going on here? You've brought down a bunch of brake stuff.
Yeah, so if you recall, the back drums were basically toast. So I was just looking for new drums. But lo and behold, a gentleman was doing a disc brake conversion setup, so I got a whole new set of really nice back drums with the whole thing, the backing plate and the brakes, and
Beautiful.
spring kits are pretty new. So basically pulling the axles out, checking the bearings, checking the inner or outer seals, and putting these brake drums on, getting rid of the old ones. Then we'll be able to button up the rear end.
They're the right style finned drums,
Yep, correct.
which are hard to come by.
Yes. So I was very happy to see these, and they're beautiful on the inside as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it looks like they've only had one serious cut in their lives. Nice pieces. So the guy was making a disc brake conversion.
Yeah, it's making a disc brake conversion. That's right.
He's going to be like this, like 75% of the people who do that, who's going to be looking for those parts in a year, because the aftermarket stuff doesn't last.
Yeah. And the beauty is, if anybody cares, you can fit them in a priority mail box and send a whole brake system. And
Yep,
just
I know.
as
I used to do it all the time. I actually did a video not too long ago, because I was in the parts business for a while, and you could take a 426 Hemi head, right, a complete assembled 426 Hemi head with 68 pounds, okay, and you can put it in one of those flat rate boxes and send it anywhere there's a U.S. zip code for $18.
Awesome. Okay, so we have the gas tank now,
Right.
which took like 4 months to get.
It's crazy, right?
Yep.
You would think something like this would just be on the shelf, you know?
Yep.
Supply chain disruptions. Everything is like this these days. Let's get a look at this thing. No, go ahead, you do the other. I don't trust myself with one of those.
Let's see how to get this thing on here. And another box.
That's what took them so long. They had to box this thing.
All right.
Ooh.
Came with
Now, I know with these gaskets, because I've had this problem, these reproduction gaskets are too thin. And they leak. You've either got to double them up, we'll try to find the new old stock one. But there's been a run. Those gaskets have been bad. They're made of Chinesium rubber.
Chinese.
Chinesium.
This will be a little better than the other one.
Ah, sweet. That'll do it. That other one was just way too far gone. A lot of you guys were like, "Well, no, you could save it. You know, you could put motorcycle tank cleaner in there." No.
No.
They were like literally the inside of it was just chunks of metal that had.
Yeah, in the old one too, the where the filler neck went and where the sending unit went, there was no metal left there. Okay, we're good.
I see you picked up a Hurst shifter.
Yep, I'm gonna switch to a Hurst shifter.
Because you plan on banging shifts instead of just.
Yeah, I don't even plan to use the clutch. So,
Right. Well, just so people know, the car originally had this,
Yep.
which is the inland, otherwise known as the wet noodle shifter.
Very.
Chrysler used these in 66 through 68. And these are responsible for more blown engines and crunch transmissions and all of the drivetrain carnage you can have than any other single piece of equipment. So they're great for you know, if you're restoring the car like you did with the Oldsmobile, where it's going to be like dead nuts exactly what came from the factory. This is the one to use. But if you're actually going to use the car, put this on the shelf and, you know, pass it on to the next owner.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, so Hurst shifter will be going in. I needed a new, the throwout bearing's really crunchy, if you hear that. So was able to find a NOS bearing for it. Exact same, so we'll be able to press that off and put this one on.
You picked up NOS lifters for this thing too.
I did. And they are
Gold. They are gold is what they are.
And they are around here somewhere. Here they are. So yeah, here's the beauty. Some TRW, NOS.
Right?
These are
That's a
full
40-year-old package right there.
Yeah. And TRW made excellent stuff.
Beautiful. You remember they used to come coated like that.
Yeah, they have a coating. Yeah.
Right. None of the new ones come with that coating. It's that little bit of edge. It's that little, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That little bit of care that happened with the older stuff. That's the difference. One of the main differences.
Yep. So I was very fortunate to find those. And like I said, the motor is up with Ray Barton. And he's just cleaning it up. Didn't need to be overboard. Cutting new pistons and crankshaft and connecting rods, and that rotating assembly will be balanced and should be good to go. And I picked that up on September 24th.
Okay.
So I'll have that back here hopefully by the end of September.
Nice, nice. And then figure middle of October, you think we can have it all together and running?
I would think.
So people are waiting. They're like,
I know.
what happened to the
I'm
guy with
waiting
the
too.
GTX?
This was supposed to be my summer cruiser.
I'm not going to recognize my shop with this thing not in here.
Like I said, we have to just put a green screen for it. So
Right,
you have
exactly. Make a paper mache replacement. All right, Andy. So that's it. There you go. There's the update on the GTX. Much more to come. All right. See you tomorrow.